Aisha's boots crunched over broken glass as she stepped into the abandoned house on the outskirts of town. The air reeked of mildew and rot, and the walls sagged under decades of neglect. She'd heard rumors about this place, whispers of disappearances, of a family who vanished overnight a century ago. But Aisha thrived on the thrill of the forbidden. Her flashlight flickered as she climbed the creaking staircase, its beam catching the glint of something metallic on a desk in the attic. There it was, a leather-bound diary, its cover etched with strange symbols. The lock hung broken, as if it had been waiting for her. She brushed off a layer of dust and opened it. The pages crackled, and the first entry stared back in jagged, frantic handwriting. "Do not read this. It speaks. It lies. It consumes." Aisha scoffed. Dramatic, she thought. But as she turned the page, the temperature plummeted. Her breath fogged the air. The next entry was smeared with what looked like dried blood. "It's in the walls. It watches. It knows my name. Yours too now." A cold whisper brushed her ear, a sound like static and broken glass. She spun, flashlight slicing through the dark. Nothing. Shaking her head, she read on. The entries grew more unhinged, detailing rituals, warnings, and a name repeated like a chant. Lilith. The whispers returned, louder now. Words slithered into her mind. Closer, closer, in a voice that wasn't hers. Aisha slammed the diary shut, but the attic door slammed shut in response. Shadows pooled at her feet, writhing like serpents. The flashlight died. In the pitch black, the diary glowed faintly. Against her will, Aisha's hands pried it open again. The pages flipped wildly, landing on a fresh entry, her own handwriting. "It's too late. She's here." The whispers erupted into screams. Aisha stumbled back, but the floorboards groaned behind her. A figure materialized, a woman in a tattered gown, her face a blur of shadows, except for a mouth split into a grotesque smile. "You called me," the entity hissed, its voice echoing from everywhere and nowhere. "You read. You invited me." Aisha's legs gave out. The diary burned in her hands, its pages disintegrating into ash. The entity lunged, its fingers elongating into claws. Aisha's scream tore through the house as the shadows swallowed her whole. The next morning, the diary lay untouched on the attic desk. A new entry glistened, wet with ink. "She is ours now. Who's next?" Outside, the wind carried a faint whisper to the next curious soul passing by. "Open me."